No, if you troubled in your spirit at the table, let's get that thing right now. Jesus didn't act out of character, and Jesus didn't cuss nobody out. But he told him, he said, the one who's going to betray me.
Yes.
He said, whatever you got to do, just do it quickly. Some of y'all got some people in y'all lives. Some of y'all got some friends and some family members in y'all life that y'all want to keep them at the table, but y'all want to allow them to mess up your dinner. Some of y'all want to keep folks at the table. You have to understand that when Judas leaves the table, you have to have a Christ-like posture about this thing. That whatever Judas is going to do, let Judas do what Judas is going to do. What I love about Jesus Christ, even though Judas left the table, the meal kept going. Let's say that again. Despite Judas leaving and him being a traitor, the meal kept on going. Jesus didn't postpone the Last Supper just because Judas left. Amen. Jesus didn't get up in a frenzy just because he knew who was going to betray him. Yeah. Jesus didn't cuss nobody out. Jesus didn't have to disrespect anybody because Jesus wasn't focused on the chaos. See, after a while, all you can do is just have the table set. All you can do is just provide the food to eat. They have to eat the food and they have to be willing for the unity and the fellowship. Your retaliation should be if you don't want what's offered on the table. That's all right. Go ahead and leave out of this place. But I'm going to enjoy what's on the table. How many of y'all going to say, I'm just going to enjoy what's on the table? You ain't going to make me miserable. You ain't going to make me unhappy. If you want to leave, Judas, go ahead and leave the table. But Jesus stayed at the table. Or y'all going to stay at the table or you going to walk out and run after Judas. Judas is going to do what Judas is going to do. But you need to stay and eat that food that's on the table. My lessons will not be cold because somebody runs y'all out. Some of y'all got to have enough of yourself in life. Some of y'all are breaking down saying that she left me or he left me or they don't want to be my friend. Let Judas leave the table. You gotta have enough gas in your tank for those times, even when you wander around. Sometimes men, they don't want to ask for directions, so you need a little gas in the tank just so you can wander around a little bit. And I want to let you know that sometimes wandering around can be bad, and other times in wandering around, you can find your way out. All right. But you got to even have enough gas in the tank to even wander. The Bible says that he went to the desert. He was there for 40 days. And I want you to understand that 40 is a spiritual number, that 40 is usually synonymous with a period of probation, trial, and chastisement. It's a period of probation. It's a period of trial. The number 40 is a product of 5 multiplied by 8. 5 is the action of grace. 8 is leading to and ending in a revival or a renewal. So we got 5 multiplied by 8. We have grace multiplied by an ending and a renewal and a revival. In that wilderness filled up, there was some grace there. And in the point of that grace, there was a newness and a revival that had to take place. And it only had to take place with Jesus on his own. Right. I want you to understand, before people can ride with you, they got to feel secure that you know how to drive. Yes. I don't want to step in the car with any and everybody. You got to know how to drive. Amen. Know where you're going. Yes, sir. Know the streets and know the routes. And sometimes it takes you to get lost sometimes. Yeah. Sometimes it takes you to practice sometimes. I think about when I learned how to drive. I only had a little bit of time to learn, but we learn in open parks. How many of y'all went to the park in Swope Park or in the parking lot or in the dirt road where there was nothing that you could get even if you wanted to? God took his only begotten son to the wilderness where no one else was there to prepare him for his ministry because he wanted to give him some training. Yeah. See, God doesn't want to send you out there ill-prepared with an empty tank. He wants to put you full, filled up, give you some space to know how good he is so you can try him, so you can lean on him, so you can wander a little bit, so you can stretch and activate some hope. Oh, God.
exercise your mind, call on him sometimes late in the midnight hour. It takes some time, and all he wants to do is, I'm going to give you a wide open space.
All right.
And some gas, which is the Holy Spirit to fill you up.
Yes, sir.
I say there's no hope for them.
Yes, we do.
Mama been loose. The daughters are loose.
Yes.
The daughters are going to have children. They're going to be loose. That's just their pattern. That's just what they do. Yes, we do. We already wrote them off as dead, y'all. We have. And that's the honest to goodness truth. We say, there's nothing I can do. His father was an alcoholic.
Yeah.
He's going to be an alcoholic. And so, therefore, alcoholism is hereditary. I laugh at that one. I'm going to be honest with you. My father was an alcoholic. And I have not been drunk a day in my life. There's something about that. Don't mean I'm better than anybody. I got my own afflictions and things that I deal with. But when you see that type of nonsense,
Come on now.
it is not for that sentence to be placed upon me. See, sometimes y'all put death on y'all children and death on y'all family. Sometimes y'all put that death on them.
Speak.
Well, you know your daddy got that drinking problem, so that's why you gonna have that drinking problem. Don't even say that mess to somebody.
That's right.
You already put them in the grave. Already didn't have a chance. You say this was a struggle, but guess what? We got the lights on this struggle, and we gonna see you through.
That's it. My Lord.
We know you've been touched and abused and maybe hurt and manipulated in a vulnerable way. But guess what? That don't mean you're going to sell yourself, little girl. You're going to be a wonderful woman. You're a queen and you're going to be ready for your husband. You don't have to sell yourself short. See, that's death right there every time they go out and give themselves to another man and don't think nothing of it. They are dying over and over and over again, and y'all are letting it happen in broad daylight. It's the enemy. We have to ask ourselves, are we rising up out of the depths of despair? Are we having a song in our heart, a poem in our mind, a little rhythm or a melody that will get us upbeat and ready for the spiritual battle that is in front of us?
All right.
It's amazing in the secular world when you hear your favorite song. If I can think about it, everybody got a favorite song from back in the day.
All right. Dang.
Back in the day, everybody had that song. Maybe Al Green, come on, somebody help me out. When y'all hear that guitar play, and love and happiness. I mean, oh, and then everybody, love and happiness. And y'all waving your hands, and everybody can just put to half y'all smiling right now and say, that's my jam. It's amazing how a song or a poem or something can just get you excited and happy. David, even in his darkest times, had to tell himself, do not fret because of evil men.
All right.
These were not just mere words, but it was like poetry to his spirit. It was just like a song. He had to realize the situation that's in front of him, and he had to realize, I can't sweat the small things, and I can't be worried about what somebody else is doing, because God is doing something great inside of me.
Amen. All right.
Amen.
It's about time that we realize that God is doing something great inside of you.
Amen.
But if you're so caught up in what everybody else is doing,
Come on now.
because you're not paying attention to what God is doing with you and for you, you'll get locked up on evil people and not get locked onto the blessings that God has in store for you. He said, don't be envious of wrongdoing. We are so busy looking at what somebody else got.
Right.
Thinking that we got the raw deal and they got the best deal. Or he said it again, we are so envious a lot of times looking at what somebody else has. Saul was king before David was king.
All right.
Saul was so busy hearing the chants about David killing tens of thousands and only he kills thousands of people, he failed to realize that he had the kingdom.
That's right.
Saul didn't realize that David wasn't king just yet, that he was still king. He couldn't even enjoy being a king because he was worried about what somebody else was going to get later on, possibly. He's so worried about what somebody else got in their life, what somebody else got in their house, how they loving is going, that you ain't worried about the loving that you get.
All right.
God is loving you better than any man or woman could ever love you. When I went to John chapter 14, the first thing Jesus says in the chapter is, do not let your hearts be troubled.
Amen.
Now I want you to understand something, that before he even elaborated, he wanted to just be upfront what they needed to do in order to really receive what he's about to say and what is about to happen in their lives.
Amen.
Jesus Christ is speaking to us. He is talking to us every step of the way, and he is not making himself so complex to where we cannot understand. He is telling us, and he is saying to us, do not let your hearts be troubled. That is a loaded statement right there, though it might sound so plain and so simplistic. When he says, do not let, I want you to understand, he is saying that you are allowing trouble to come into your life.
Amen.
He said, don't let it, don't let it, don't let it.
Don't let it.
You know, parents used to do this, and this is an interesting thing, because a lot of things that were said to me as a child, I really realized Jesus Christ echoes a lot of sayings that we grew up with.
Amen.
Your parents used to say, don't let me catch you doing what you ain't supposed to do.
Amen.
Don't let me find out that you've been doing this and that. And parents use this type of language, and really they didn't even understand it probably themselves. And maybe they really did, and they just didn't tell us and wanted us to catch it by and by. That's what they mean when they say, you're going to catch it later on by and by. Because maybe if they told it to us back then, we wouldn't really understand it. But Jesus is using the same type of language that we grew up with as children. And he says, don't let trouble in your heart. It was saying that because a lot of times, and most of the times, it's not that trouble just fell on you, it's that you allowed it to enter your life.
Amen.
You let that man, you let that woman, you let those situations consume you so much that it has stressed you out. It stressed you out, it's got you worried, it's got you angry, it's got you mad, it's got you out of character. And the first thing that you need to really be looking at is yourselves. Did you let that in the door? When I look at some scary movies, I've seen some scary movies, and there are certain scary movies that they have to where the demon or the evil thing can't come into the house unless you invite it in. I think it's vampire movies. I think vampire movies are like, no matter what, the vampire can't come into your house unless you let him in.
Amen.
And I want to say that the evil that's going on in your life, these evil spirits and these people and things of that nature, they can't come into your house unless you let them in.
Amen.